Hello, this is Javier. Welcome back. Today is Thursday and we are back into our mixology mixers. Remember, I am not a bartender. I'm not professionally trained. I'm doing this for fun and I want to share this with you. This is basically what we do. For those of you that have the opportunity to be in our home, you know that we always have a signature cocktail. And this is what we do when we entertain. So my idea is basically to show you what we do at home. And this is so simple, and I encourage you to do the same. Today, we're going to be trying the Elderflower Blood Orange Cocktail, or Martini. We're going to be using three main ingredients. We're going to start with the vodka. The vodka is the FN vodka. We're going to use an elderflower liqueur called Saint Germain, and we're also going to be using a blood orange liqueur from Fabricia. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. FN vodka is basically a new vodka, about 2000. It comes from Chicago. Entrepreneurs in Chicago decided to build a vodka that it was interesting in different types of flavors. Bartenders out there would argue that this is not a serious vodka, but when you're going to make cocktails of this nature, to have flavor vodkas kind of enhance when you start using fresh fruits to add to it. The elderflower liqueur, believe it or not, I initially thought Saint Germain sounds French, but when I researched it, the Saint Germain basically was launched in 2007 by a guy named Robert Cooper, who later in 2013 sold the company to Bacardi. So Bacardi Rum actually owns Saint Germain. The interesting thing and sad things about the Saint Germain now for me is that Robert Cooper was a young guy that when in 2013 he sold it to Bacardi. During that time he decided to become the guardian of the brand, but unfortunately in 2016 he passed away at the age of 39. So we're going to be drinking this respectfully under his name. Fabricia, really interesting. The story about Fabricia. Fabricia is a town in Calabria, Italy, south of Italy. And the owners of this are from Massachusetts, from Boston. And originally, Italian background. And when he was 20, he had an epiphany in which he went to visit family, friends, and decided to try the limoncello. And when he came back, he started trying different recipes of limoncello, and to the point that today this fellow has, and his brother, I think the last name is Mastroianni, if I'm not mispronouncing that, but the two fellows are brothers in Boston who own this, American made, and we support totally 100% American, and this is basically what they do. They make different types of liqueur. So let's go on it. Today we're going to be using an actual blood orange lime, and we're going to be using our Boston shaker. So I already squeezed my orange, blood orange and my lime to make it simple, and let's get into it. So we're going to use our ice. Remember that when you put ice, I will use about 4 cubes of ice. I want to make sure that it's almost to this level. I don't want to make sure that it's full of ice. And when I close my Boston shaker, I want to make sure that I could do a seal to it. So make sure that you don't seal this with ice. So we're going to start with, remember, 2 ounces, 1 ounces. So we're going to start with 2 ounces of the blood orange FN vodka. And I'm trying to pull it, but you know, here goes. And it's 2. So today we're going to stick to the recipe. And of course, one for the homies because that's what we do. Alright, so second thing we're going to try is that we're going to do the blood orange liqueur. Okay, so the blood orange liqueur, we're just going to do ½ ounce. So it's basically half of this baby here. So we're going to do ½ ounce of the blood orange liqueur, and then we're going to do the same thing for the elderflower. Okay, so bear with me. And sometimes I like to use liqueurs of this nature instead of using simple syrup. I know that, again, I'm not a bartender, so nobody can hold me responsible for that. The interesting thing about cocktails, fellows, is that cocktails is not about the spirit itself. It's about the experience. It's no different than when you eat food with friends. It's not about what you're cooking. It's about the interactions that you're going to have with people. So for us, cocktails is about the interaction. It's about the camaraderie that you're going to have with your fellow friends. All right. So I had the Saint Domingue. I'm just going to go ahead and do 1 ounce of the blood orange juice, freshly squeezed. And then I'm going to do ½ an ounce of the lime juice. Bam. Okay? I'm going to secure this, and then I'm going to shake it. Normally people say that you should count to about 30. I don't count. I just shake it until my hands feel that it's really, really cold. And it's a preference. I like cold drinks, so I'm going to shake the life out of it until I am pleased with what I feel in my hand, which I am cold. So I'm going to get my chill glass that I already put in the freezer. And this is in honor of my buddy Scott. Scott gave us this years ago, and the other day he'd send us a text saying, hey, have you used our glasses? And I just want to make sure I show Scott that we're very appreciative when somebody gives us gifts. We'll use them. So here you go, Scott. Scott Evans. So here we go. And we use our Hawthorne. And look at that. And you garnish with the blood orange. And the way I like to do that is float it on top. And there you go. Salute.